Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of my Technic Pack Let's Play. As you can see, I am just about to finish building this golden AND gate. There we go. Beautiful. One golden AND gate. That took so much longer than I thought it would. COBB. LE stone. What I want to make now is a cobblestone structure pipe. And that's done with the cobblestone transport pipe and a piece of gravel. That should be easy enough to do, I think. Nope. Sure enough, typical, I don't have any gravel. No, that wouldn't work either. Just going to come downstairs down here. I know I've got some gravel somewhere. Loads of gravel. Pipe. Gravel. Beautiful. These are kind of like normal pipes, except they don't actually have anything flow through them. They're more just used for structure. What I have done though is while I was waiting, I made 2 more wireless transmitters and receivers, and I made a whole lot of red alloy wire. So that should be pretty much everything that I need. I don't actually have anywhere to store the energy that comes out of the reactor, and I might actually make... Doing that wrong, aren't I? There we go. Don't know how many buttons I'm going to need, so I'll just make a couple of them. And then actually I might make some more sticks. And I'll make a couple of levers as well, because you just never know how many of those you're going to need either. Oh, seriously, come on. Okay, so I've got 4 buttons and a bunch of levers. What have I got in my bag here? Yeah, beautiful. I should better fit all that in. Let's just... Nope, Klein Star stays, because otherwise I can't fly. Let's just whack all this stuff up. And see if we've got enough room for this. Silly uranium taking up all my inventory space. Alt click. I knew there was something like that that would work. Okay. I believe now I'm ready to head back to the Millionaire Village and to see if I can start work on this super secret, amazingly not that secret project. Now that you can sort of see what I made. I wanted to duplicate something while I was waiting, but I can't think for the life of me what it was I wanted to duplicate. Let's just duplicate gold. That'll do. I'm not going to need that gold for a while. It's not as efficient to duplicate gold as it would be to duplicate diamonds, but it's still going to serve its purpose. That should hopefully fill that back up there. She is still... Oh wow, new child. Hello, little one. Yes, she is still doing weird odd things. Yeah, she's upgrading the fort, it's up to 0. But look at that, they have got all the timber frames they need, and all of the plain timber frames to completely build my house. So it shouldn't be too long and I should have a house. But for now, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up I'm going to just do one thing first. Something that I've been wanting to do for a long time and I haven't got around to doing yet. And I think it will be super cool. I've done a few different things since I've been here. Gonna need both of those, gonna need 3 of those, and I just have stacks of them. I was just gonna say I don't have any wood though. Let's see what I need. A woodsman's axe. I need 2 eldritch timber, thormium axe, and some verdant crystals. So, eldritch logs. Hopefully I still have my tinkering tools. Yes, I do. Planks. Beautiful. Super fantastically excellent. I should have everything that I need now, including a whole lot of extra lag that I don't need. So if we come over here to the infuser, should be logs in the top, tinkering tools in the bottom, and lots of gold. So I need 2 logs by the looks of things. So that should be plenty. Now I need to make... it's always the way, isn't it? Just grab one of those pieces of gold out. No, apparently I'm going to grab all of them out. I only need 1 though, because 1 with a Philosopher's Stone gives me 8 iron. Let's duplicate one of these. Each of these different crystals takes as much Viz to duplicate as a diamond, so that's really not all that good in terms of efficiency of duplicating them, but I think it's pretty cool anyway. So there's my axe. I have my axe, I have my timber. Now I just need is my crystals. So once this one doubles up, I will be good to go. You can hear them going absolutely crazy here, making sure that everything stays nice and full for me. Oh, beautiful crystals. So now let's put them all together like this, and then 2 logs, and then an axe, and we have a woodsman's axe. I'm going to go downstairs and dump off the rest of my... crystals. No, I want those tinkering tools. I don't want those logs. Put everything back in my bag that I don't need, that I want to repair. That's probably sufficient. Now, let's go make a mess of something with this axe. Okay, now, chop tree slash tree capitator slash timber are all excellent mods that allow you to chop down a tree. What this does is it works in a slightly different way that in vanilla Minecraft, if you've got Thorncraft installed, would allow you to chop down the tree. So you see all those little puffs of smoke? That is it working its way up through all the logs that are attached to that. What it does recognize though is that it recognizes anything that is considered to be wood by Minecraft. Now this is very important because yeah, I'll just use this, break this piece just here. You can see that it's called rubber wood. So this axe recognizes this as being a tree and will topple the entire tree with breaking 1 block. There's a slight problem with that though. It breaks so many blocks all at once that it regularly crashes Minecraft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sleep the night first, and then I'm going to back up my world just in case it dies, and then I'll be back to chop that giant tree down. Back soon. Okay everyone, welcome back. I've backed up my world. I'm just going to let the chunks finish loading in, because chunks loading plus what I'm about to do is just going to end in tears. So just want to try and let things load up as much as they can before I go and... You can see there's already a little bit of lag we're getting while it's loading all the chunks in. Just load a few more in and then we should be good. I think we are now ready. Nope, Minecraft thought differently. Okay, must be ready now. Prepare to lag. Look at it go. They might have implemented a change to this to stop it from just crazy lagging the system. They might have configured it so now it doesn't, you know, now it does like a bit of a limit in blocks to stop it from crashing Minecraft. So let's try again. Whoa, 4, 3, 5. So what we have there is soon to be, once I get that bit, No more giant rubber tree. Now I just have to pick up all these blocks, because like I said, Minecraft really doesn't like having to manage lots and lots and lots of blocks laying all over the place. In this particular case, that's almost 4 stacks so far. Let's see how many more stacks I end up with before I finish. Seems that every time I walk around there's more that keep falling down. Obviously there must be a lot caught in the leaves up there that are decaying. So, I mean, in terms of... Wow, there is, isn't there? I mean, generally in terms of a vanilla Minecraft game, having this axe is an excellent thing to work up to. You know, it makes you kind of have to earn the fact that you can chop trees down. And, you know, the tree capitator mod, while I love it, kind of takes the difficulty out of that by just letting you just do it straight away by yourself. So, you know, this would be really good if you weren't playing with the tree capitator mod, and I could actually see myself really enjoying using this axe in a game like that. How many have I got now? Wow, way more stacks. So all I'm really doing at the moment is flying around collecting logs, so I'm going to stop the video for a moment and I'm going to come back once I finish collecting lots of logs. Back soon. Okay, I'm back. I'm pretty sure I've got just about everything now. I've been flying around just collecting them off the tops. You can see that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's like 4+ diamonds worth just by doing what I did then. So it is a really awesome tool, a really awesome way to get lots of wood if you ever need wood, or, well, you can't really use it for planks, but you can use it for sticks, or you can throw it in an EMC generator and convert it back to other wood. So I'm thinking I might just go back and just convert it to diamonds. Just to see what I ended up with. So I'm going to end up with lots and lots and lots of redstone, and that's just fine. And I got plenty of apples, lots of different things. None of it that I actually need for what I plan to do. Although I had to come back here anyway because I want to get some wood. One, two... Yeah, 3 stacks should be plenty. I like my teleporting. I was thinking of just going for a fly just to, you know, survey the countryside, but this is really way easier. Down we come. Yeah, 3 stacks of marble should be plenty. Just want to make sure that I don't end up in the situation again where I end up running out. 1, 2, 3 stacks. So what I'm going to do right now, because I haven't got my grand terrain built, I am going to set myself up here. Just here. This appears to be the perfect place. Why do I not have a shovel? Yeah, I think that might have been because okay, I think I know why I don't have a shovel. I don't have a shovel because I was using my Thormium pickaxe for just about everything that I was doing. And somehow, there we go, iron. Piece of iron, 2 sticks. I'm just going to make myself an iron shovel really quickly. And then I'm going to put some of this stuff away that I'm not likely to need for a little while. And it's time to start building. Because basically what I want to do is man, you can never find things when you want them. What I'm going to do is just clear a bit of ground out around here, and then once I've cleared some space out, I'm going to build my super flashy, super secret, but not that secret nuclear reactor room here. I want to build like a, I don't know, 10 by 10 or 20 by 20 room, just to make sure I got plenty of room for it. I actually want to fit my final design inside the grand terrain that they give me. But I don't know exactly how big a grand terrain is, so thinking this space just here looks perfect. Let's go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That'll do. Beautiful. 12 by 12. Not so beautiful. Okay, lucky I just got a lot of dirt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back once I have finished building this building. Back soon. Okay everyone, I'm back. I have finished my creation. So I thought there wasn't enough mob spawning. I've been doing some testing things in a Thorncraft 2 world. Oh, there they are. And yeah, it turns out I had left it on peaceful. Actually, the thing I've been testing is this. So this is inside. This will be the player operations area. This will be the back area. And then up here will be the reactor. And so, without further ado, let's work out where we're going to put this thing. So let's go 1, 2, 3 in from the wall. And that just there. Sorry about that. Yes, so just here is where I'm going to put my reactor. So, one nuclear reactor. Flying makes things so much easier. And you can see I have a one space gap above it in case I need to put anything there. And now we will go knock these away. Because I don't want them. And now I need to just drop down for a second and work out where my wiring is going to run up. No, it's going to have to run up a wall. One lot of wiring there. And one lot of wiring there. Now before I even get started with I know what people are going to say. People are going to say, why don't you use like a red power latch? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a, I guess you'd call it a bit of a dodgy. Where did the rest of my red power wire go? I had like 48 pieces of red power wire. I will be back in a moment. Okay, that was embarrassing. I'm sure there were a number of you just yelling at the screen that it was just there. But somehow I managed to not notice that. So, let's just stop this rain. And once we stop the rain, here comes the sun. And there stops the rain. So, what I intend to do is this signal just here, that comes down from there, and that signal there, this first one is going to be on, this second one is going to be off. And I want to run that on, off. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a latch. I'm going to need some... I probably should have used one of the red power latches, and I know that people are going to tell me that I need to do that, but I don't have any with me, and I've already done more backwards and forwards than I was really hoping to with this build, so unfortunately I'm not going to get to it. So we need to have the on come that way, the off. Okay, that was unintentional, they weren't meant to join, so the off's going to have to come that way. Now we need to have a block. I'm going to need an axe. I'm going to make lots of these mistakes. Oh wow. Did not know that would happen with this axe. This axe is now no longer my friend. I can't believe that just happened. That is just unbelievable. I'm just in shock. What is there you can say when that happens? So that's it. I'm not building walls anymore. I don't actually have the ability to move that nuclear reactor because I've left my wrench back, and I've already said once I'm not going back. So I'm gonna have to do things a bit differently. This is going to be a completely wall-less space, and I am just going to have to work out how to make this work. Makes it much easier though now, because without having to worry about walls, I'm going to put one button there and one button there. Then I can go and I can put my latches wherever I want to put them. So what we want is when you hit this button, light comes on, we want it to latch on. So the way we do that is we have something like this. And I'm not sure if we can use red alloy wire for this. Now if I hit this button, it now latches the torch on and turns the system off. And now if I set up a block here and run this up like that and hit this button, it changes state. Turns out that that's exactly the way that I want it. So the on switch will turn off the redstone signal at the top. I don't know if I can use red alloy wire. Actually, you know what? I probably don't want to. It'll just make it much easier if I don't. So hitting it on, hitting it off. So this is my on state signal, and I'm going to use that on state signal to tell my nuclear reactor up here that it is time to turn yourself off. So we want, gonna have to put some blocks around it for a second. Now we go, okay. So there we go. Now we just need to work out some way to run this up. This is the part of the reason why I'm going to use red alloy wire, because it is so much easier to just run it straight up in a straight line. Beautiful. We should better just run this down the side here. And what we have now is why is that not powering that block? That should be powering that block, and that block should be... Maybe I have to come around a bit differently. Or maybe that's just a glitch. Yeah, see that torch just there should be on, but it's being turned off, which means there is actually a red power signal running through that wire because it's powering the block. For some reason it's just not showing up. That has me ever so slightly nervous. And I'm definitely not pulling back out that axe again. I'm going to do this by hand. Wow, this is really slow. I've got to have some other kind of axe somewhere, don't I? Where's my trusty old wood axe? Nowhere to be seen. This is the new axe. That's pretty quick actually. I like this tool. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to set up something that comes off this side, like so, and we want to place our cobblestone pipe there. Because what placing the cobblestone pipe there will do is it will allow me to place another cobblestone pipe by accident. But if we were doing this for a purposeful reason, what we would be doing is placing a gate. A golden gate. And now, the reason that you use golden gates is because of this second little thing here. So if I say if there are items in the inventory, it will look in here and say, is there anything in there? And if there is, it will emit a signal. So hopefully, I'm about to demonstrate how this works really well, exactly the way that it's supposed to. Yeah, sorry, if it does that, emit a redstone signal. So I'm going to need some more planks. And what this should do is in the event that there are items in the inventory. So I knew there was a reason why I didn't want to join this straight up. I need to invert that signal. And the easiest way to do that is like this. Place... Did I not start with more redstone torches than this? For the sake of speed, I'm just going to build another one. So you can see that right now, that's on, because this signal here is off. But if we put an item in the inventory here, let's say, and no, I'm not going to go being crazy and placing a piece of uranium, but what I might do is take a piece of ice. Ice is nice and safe, so I'll put a piece of ice in there. You can see that it turns on, which turns this wire on, and turns that torch off. Unfortunately, this is the good state. The fact that it has detected an item in the inventory is good. You want it to, when it detects that, to turn itself off, which is exactly what this torch here will allow it to do, because now it's off. When that's in a safe state, this will turn off. The problem with that is if I take the ice out, you can see that it goes off, but if I put, say, a plank in there, it disappeared because it won't let me put planks in there. But you can imagine if I put, say, a uranium cell, it would now all of a sudden say, there's an item in the inventory, so it's safe, turn on. But if I put ice there, now I can actually take a piece of uranium, and I can put that piece of uranium in, and the reactor won't start because it's just saying there's no ice in there. That's not a safe condition. So therefore, turn off, which turns that on, which deactivates the reactor. So basically what I've got here is an ice detecting safety switch. Now if I was using just an iron gate, it wouldn't actually let me detect if there's a particular type of block in the inventory. So that's basically not the setup you would want to give yourself. So now that I've put ice in there, it's now saying that's safe, which turns it off. The only reason it hasn't turned off... I totally forgot about him. I'm going to go sleep tonight because he's going to make it really difficult to build. Back soon. Okay, I'm back. So you can see that this is saying that it's a safe condition, so that torch has turned itself off. And if I come down here and just hit the on switch, that will now... Okay, I've taken that from the wrong spot. What I should be doing is taking it from the bottom here. Got myself a little bit messed up there, so there we go. Now if I run that cable down, that's now working. So if I hit the on switch, it latches that off, which latches that on. And once again I am short one inverting signal because now that I've taken it from the other state, I've got it configured incorrectly. And I've also got this running too close. This is just a comedy of errors at the moment. So what we want is when this part is on, for it to power up the top. So why did that not just turn on? Okay, let's be honest, this is not working the way that I was hoping it would. The way I did it in practice was I just used a whole lot of gates that I spawned. Not doing that in this case, so what I need to do now is grab the signal, bring it over here, and I need to invert it. So we'll place a block there, which will give us a really simple inverter. And then we can run that really simple inverted signal up. So hopefully now if I hit this on switch, that turns that on. And that's still backwards of how I wanted it. I don't know what I'm doing now. I've just totally confused myself. Okay, so when we turn it off, it powers, it runs redstone wire all the way up the top. And it turns it off. When we hit the on switch, it turns that off, which I don't understand why this redstone circuitry here hasn't updated itself. That red alloy wire shouldn't be turned on. What's powering it? Okay, I know exactly what's going on now, and I know exactly how to fix it, and it's a little bit difficult, so I'm going to have to duck back to my base. I will be back in a moment. Back soon. Okay, I had to zoom back to my base and I had to create a few new different things. So it's taken me a little while to get back here. So, in my cobblestone structure pipes again, what I've worked out is happening is this here is actually powering this block, and that block is actually powering these wires, which is turning the reactor off when it shouldn't be. So what I have to do now is say not to send that signal out. Now when the reactor is turned on, that system won't be powering. So if I just break this wire here, you can see that it's doing what it's supposed to do. So reactor turned on, this wire here not sending power up. Even if I connect them, it's not sending power up. Hit this here, which is the off switch. Now we're sending power up. So what I have to do here is I now have to place this iron AND gate that I went and made, and some of that pipe wire that I was talking about. And by running the pipe wire like this, I can now say to this, send a red pipe signal. And with this one I can say, when you receive a red pipe signal, put out a redstone signal. So now that's powering, but if I break that just there, you can see that it's not actually powering this block, it's powering one away from the block so that it works. It's a rookie mistake, and I think I made exactly the same mistake when I was doing my demo earlier. So now we can say with this one, put a red pipe signal, that works, that inverts that. So if I turn my reactor on, you can see that all the wires turn off, and this reactor would now be running if there was uranium in it. So now to the next phase of my plan, which is, now that we have a reactor that we know is going to be a safe reactor, we have to do something with that reactor. And oh wow, I totally forgot some of the most important blocks that I need. This has turned out to be not the demonstration I was hoping for, but I have a solution. I'm going to duck back to my base and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, here's my solution. I'm going to take that, and that, and that. Oh wow, did not think of that happening. Where did my condenser go? There. So I just need to throw away stacks of things until I pick up a condenser. Table. Perfect. Lots and lots and lots of redstone. It's a pity redstone is a fuel and not anything else. This will just make things much easier to deal with. There we go. Perfect. So that can keep doing its thing and it can charge up that redstone for me. So what I have now is I have my collector, I have my condenser, and I have my jack-o'-lantern. Actually, I want to save my... I don't need a Mark II collector for what I'm looking at doing, so I'm going to put my Mark II collector back down and use that to boost my redstone. And then I'm going to take this Mark I collector. I thought I had this all planned out, and I thought I had this all ready to go, ready to be super awesome and super fantastic. And because I have no redstone in my inventory, it's telling me I can't turn the rain off. So you know what? I'm going to live with that. I'm going to live with the rain. I'm going to put up with it. I'm going to come over here. Reactor goes off now. Let's grab some of these planks. And let's set this up and try not to ruin this demonstration anymore. Okay, so we want 2 blocks down. We want to make a platform here. So basically what we're looking to do is get a pneumatic tubing. I was going to say, how can I keep not being able to find this stuff? We are looking to not take away a swivel ring, because then we don't fly anymore. Okay, now just here I want to place a filter. Nope, take that back. Just here I want to place a filter. So we have a filter. Here we place a collector. That collector is going to make lots of EMC. That EMC is going to come here. That is going to make lots and lots and lots of ice. I am going to need to watch this to make sure that that's a fast enough rate of production of ice, because now that I'm looking at it with that Mark 1 collector, I think I might have been correct in wanting to grab my Mark 2. So now we put a filter here, then we adjust this to be facing the correct direction, little hole out, and we tell it to just grab whatever ice it can and put it in whenever it receives a redstone signal. And then I'm going to have to fly for this, I think. Where's my timer? Now here I'm going to put my timer. I'm going to set that to 1 second. Basically it'll pull every bit of ice out of this, and it'll just fill this entire thing up unless I stop it. And that's where my lever will come in handy. And the reason I need to stop that is because if I don't stop it, what will eventually happen is these things here will all fill absolutely chock full. And before that happens, I want to put uranium in, so reactor off. We come up here, we grab our uranium cells, and we start throwing them in. So you can see by the bars not appearing at the bottom, the reactor is indeed shut off correctly, which is good. Filling the reactor up, one more piece of uranium required. Looks like I have a spare one. Now what I can do, now that it's got uranium in all those slots, I can turn my timer back on. You can see that it's pumping them up, and eventually this thing will fill up, and then even though the timer will keep ticking, the filter will stop sending ice up to it, and that will allow ice to build up in this chest here. Now once this machine kicks off and starts running, it will be producing 500 EU per tick exactly, and that is where this piece of glass fiber cable comes in. This piece of glass fiber cable can run 512 EU per tick. I'm not coming down to play with you. So it can run just fractionally more. I wonder if wolves like swimming. Nope. So this cable will now be running 500 EU per tick that I can run into whatever I decide I want to have at the end of this cable. So right now, reactor off. If I hit this switch, you can see reactor now on. And now it starts burning up the ice. This machine here starts pumping more ice into it, and the system works. Hit that off switch there to turn it off, and then you can see that as soon as it runs out of ice, this would automatically spin around and kick in the auto cut-off system that would turn it off. What I also want to do is I want to add a wireless receiver just here. The reason I made multiple wireless receivers is because I want to set this up so that, and I want a wireless transmitter, I want to set this up so it's got some flashy, fancy running lights and things like that. And as with all good things, I've done it backwards. So transmitter, come over here, place my receiver. So what will happen now is if I turn this on, reactor starts running, wireless transmitter turns off. If for any reason this signal goes low, so say I take all of my ice out, well, I can't even beat it, it's putting ice in faster than I can do anything with ice. So just for demonstration purposes, let's turn off that timer. Let's shut this down for just a second because I need to get all the ice out of it, and it is producing ice faster than I can take it out. So you can see now we have taken the ice out. That puts it into an unsafe state. So as soon as that happens, this light comes up here, that lights that transmitter, that comes down. So now, even if I hit the on switch, it tries to turn on, it can't turn on because that's latching itself off. So what we now have is a reactor that will automatically control itself into a safe condition no matter what you try to do to it. So I can turn back on my ice flow mechanism here, and that will just pump ice until this fills up. And now that there is ice in there, I can hit the switch and it will turn on and it will stay on. I obviously don't want to do that because I'm basically wasting power at the moment. It's not going anywhere where it should be going. I don't understand why you're only sending really small packets of ice at a time. You should be sending like stacks. Try that. You still appear to be ignoring me. Let's be honest, that doesn't matter. So basically, imagine this enclosed in a building, and that was going to be the design that I was going to produce. In the next episode, I'm going to take something to make use of this 500 EU per tick for a long period of time, and I'm thinking it's going to be some flashy armor. So please stay tuned for the next episode. I'm probably not going to be able to put an episode out for another couple of days. I've got some things that are going on at the moment, but I hope you enjoy this episode. It's been a bit longer than normal. Stay tuned for the next episode. Astocky out.